located throughout the world. They are one of... This video is brought to you by JingleMine.com. Founded in Hong Kong but located throughout the world, they are one of the leading ASIC mining distributors out there. They have a strong relationship with Jazz Miner, which means that they can provide you the best price and the latest info or updates for your Jazz Miner. Additionally, they work hard to respond to customer inquiries or questions, providing 24/7 support and have one of the fastest deliveries in the ASIC industry. Some of their products include the Jazz Miner X4-QZ, which can hit 840 mega hash at 340 watts while being whisper quiet, and I can vouch for that. And the new X16-Q is on pre-sale now and can hit 1.8 gigahash at only 630 watts on ETC hash. Lastly, they accept a number of cryptocurrencies as payment, so if you're interested, check out the link in the description and help support our channel by supporting its partners. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Welcome back to another episode of Caffeine and Crypto. Which we do usually every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we welcome you to join us with your favorite beverage of coffee, energy drink, whatever caffeinated beverage of your choice. If you don't like caffeine, grab some water as we go over some cryptocurrency news, what's going on in the week, stuff like that. Now, I apologize for missing last week. I just wanted to really take a break and relax with the family, which is exactly what we did. We went and watched Fast 10, is it? Which is apparently a two-parter. I did not know that at the beginning. But it is something, as a street racer who started street racing before Fast and Furious was around, kind of grandfathered into the old school hot rod days through my dad and uncle, and my biological dad, my uncle, and then my dad. I don't want to say stepdad. He says don't step on him, and I gotta give him respect. 22 years Army. Wonderful sergeant, hard knock, could knock you on your butt, big brutish guy, but I love him. So we'll call him Papa Serpent. Taught me a lot as far as cars, and that's where my love for cars stems from. So right now we could look at the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin market's not looking all that great. It's kind of chilling, sitting around this 26K range. We did earlier this week get push up into the 27.5, but then we fell right back down. I don't think anything major is going to happen until we have that new money coming in. Unfortunately, all this is just algo bots and traders and stuff like that, daily. And obviously the stock market rose up yesterday along with cryptocurrency. So this little uptick. So they're very closely correlated still, the traditional stocks and the cryptocurrency market as well. So some news articles are going to be going over, talking about some Bitcoin price predictions, as well as how Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is being politicized or being used by political figures. Now, I do want to make this crystal clear. I am not condoning, supporting, or any, I'm not choosing a side publicly. What I do privately is my damn business, not yours. But either side is going to not weaponize, but use crypto as a way to draw in voters and people to like them, yada, yada, yada. You make your own decision. I hope that you're not influenced by anything I say in any of my content. But I just want to make that crystal clear. I'm not picking left or right, blue or red, purple or green. Does not matter. Does not matter, okay? But we are going to talk about Ron DeSantis, Elon Musk. He went on a Twitter Spaces. I was listening in on that. House Senator Cruz as well. And then there's so many other politicians out there that are going to use crypto to kind of win the base, I guess you could say, or try to, win some of your votes. I'm not saying you particularly, but some of our colleagues and constituents votes, unfortunately. So just be mindful of that. Don't get the wool pulled over your eyes, and them just saying what you want to hear. Obviously, look at the whole picture, what they represent, what they're planning to do when they do take office, because we're coming up on 2024. Also talk about how exchanges are kind of flocking to the Asia Pacific region. How Peter Schiff, the gold bug, has switched to blockchain. How Formula One events could queue up the NFT tickets, which I would love, because I'll show you that later on with the Formula One app if I have it updated. And a couple other things that we're going to have going on here, or that we're going to discuss. Just not a lot to really go over as far as like, oh my God, this is like mission critical news. But either way, it is the news. So I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you do have any questions, concerns, comments, or otherwise, please either send me a super chat or at me in the live chat. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on rocking and rolling. Thank you very much. So Bitcoin at 26, almost 27, almost 300 or so away. Ethereum still at 1.8K. Binance or BNB at 305. We got a little bit of green. Mostly stable coins, but a little bit of green. We got ADA up about 0.64%. So nothing to really write home about. Nothing to really write home about. Casper making a nice strong push, climbing up with all that sell pressure from various personnel who do have ASICs or devices because they got to cover their overhead. All rights to them. Maybe Casper can come out. And now let me make this clear as well. My video on Casper is effed unless Bitmain sees something was a neutral ground. You know, if X plus Y equals Z, right? If Casper can continue to push forward with their marketing and current growth trend, they should be able to survive the downward sell pressure with these newer ASICs, who not all of them are online yet. You know, and so really the testament or the test is going to be later this year in 2023, as those ASICs get into the end user's hands. Yes, the manufacturer's probably testing them, and we're going to see spikes in hash rate and difficulty on Casper. The emission schedule is also going to reduce block rewards. By the time August comes around, I think we're going to be around 185, 184 per block of Casper. So if Casper can continue its trend and handle this downward sell pressure as these people who are mining hundreds of thousands of Casper a day, then I think it will be fine. If they can't and they don't continue their growth, then I have a feeling that could hurt Casper. But that's with any crypto project. It's just this one's a little bit more unique because we've seen this happen time and time again. It's not just Cadena. It's with other projects as well. Other projects start off, they do well. They probably get a year or something in, and manufacturers create specialized devices for that cryptocurrency. That cryptocurrency gets mined to death, and then the project doesn't get to grow. It kind of stunts its growth. So you got to grow faster than you're being slowed down. It's the point that I was trying to make with that video. Some people understood it, some people didn't. I just want to make sure you guys understand that I am neutral on I want Casper to succeed. But historically, and yes, Casper's different. There's an emission schedule, there's different things, Dagnite, all that good stuff that make Casper unique and different. So we'll see how things pan out in the future. If you don't mind, real quick, I'm going to say hello to my live viewers. Just real quick, and we'll get into the news. So thank you so much for hanging out, Rudputs, and thank you for providing us a little happy Friday. First time 13, Magic Lucky, Turtle Tech, and Automatic Beats. Appreciate you. And Magic Lucky already commented on the Casper situation. It's really going to depend on what the KS3 miner whales do with their mine Casper. If they can't afford to run the farms and pay electricity out of pocket, who knows? I don't assume. Exactly. They may not need to cover their overhead because the other quarter or half of their operation mining Bitcoin is covering it. So they're just stacking Casper, right? But then you're going to have these centralized locations with a majority of the net hash, with a majority of the Casper, yada, yada, yada. So it's really a balancing act, right? Ethereum did so well because it was very decentralized when it was proof of work. Bitcoin's doing so well because it's very decentralized. No one country controls Bitcoin, the net hash. Nobody, right? Nobody, no one authority has control over it. So as long as Casper could grow into this nice decentralized network where hash rate just adds more security, but no one entity controls it, I think we'll be golden. But we'll see how things go. Either way, the point is, Casper's doing pretty good right now. It was pumping earlier this week. It's up 11.8% right now. The rest of the market's kind of just chilling, which is interesting because as I mentioned on my Twitter, if you follow me, by the way, Casper is going off on its own and not following traditional stocks or the cryptocurrency market, which is either a good or bad thing. We'll see how things pan out in the future. So Arthur Hayes predicts volatility. Thank you, Crypto Mikkel, for coming on over. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Crypto Bedell, Titan Nightmare. All right, good deal. So Arthur Hayes predicts volatility. Volatile 2023 followed by strong Bitcoin rally. Techman still doesn't come over anymore, but it's all good. Former BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes, who now runs a family office called Maelstrom, doesn't see Bitcoin breaking new highs this year, but is bullish from 2024 onward. They state here, I don't think we can get up to the 70K mark this year, which would be breaking its previous all-time high. But I think next year is when we will cross that barrier. Then we will get the blow off top in 2025, and in 2026 is Armageddon, says Hayes. Obviously predicting on a podcast. Now, the Bitcoin halving, I think, is in 2025, is it not? When's the next one? No, it's 2024. Yeah. So we're going to have another Bitcoin halving, lessening the amount of Bitcoin one per block, dropping down, I think, from 6.25 to 3.2 something. Don't quote me on that. But either way, it's dropping down from 6 to 2. So yeah, that can kind of fall in line. Blow off top in 2025. I usually what happens is the market will rally a little bit before the halving, dip after the halving, and then make new all-time highs a year or so after the halving. So, you know, even though Arthur Hayes has been in the industry for a long time, I wouldn't count their word as Bible, so to speak. They also go on to say it doesn't have to be too straightforward. We just have this situation. We have this tinderbox of too much money, no trust, and people trying to eke out a living for themselves. He added that Bitcoin would go down in this scenario, basically going down. And obviously we got the situation right now with the debt ceiling, which if you've been up to speed and listening to the so-called inner circles, it looks like that there's a deal brokered. I'm not sure the final details about that. But obvious to me, they couldn't cut defense spending for the U.S. Considering what's going on in other parts of the world, cutting back on the defense of this country, or I guess you could say the world, would not be smart for the U.S. to do. So there is some jostling going back and forth, jousting, and looks like we will have the debt ceiling agreement information and stuff like that in the future. But obviously this caused a lot of FUD and a lot of concern. Is the U.S. going to default, blah, blah, blah. The U.S. has never defaulted. They just keep raising the bar every time. But, you know, this just goes back to why Bitcoin was created in the first place. But you guys do what you want. That's just an opinion of mine. Do not, again, take anything that I say, whether it's political, religious, or otherwise, to a certain point, please. Bitcoin price prediction. Can Bitcoin reach 1 million by 2025? I think that's a far stretch, but, you know, people love these articles, right? They want to hear, you know, what they predict the price to be, right? And they open it up, of course, with the fact that the cryptocurrency market has lost nearly 65% of the market value, or at least Bitcoin has lost nearly 65% of the market value in the entire year of 2022. Talking about Terra Luna Clash, FTX, stuff like that. Inflation, April data shows signs of moderation, marking the 10th month of moderation as inflation in the U.S. has gradually cooled for months, offered a little bit of hope for crypto investors who expect a bounce back in the currency once again. So people are getting ready for that bounce to happen. Whether it's going to happen now, I don't think so. I think we might move sideways, maybe leg up, and move sideways again, and then leg up, move sideways again. It's a very slow roll right now. We don't have anything that's really, until we get clear guidance from our governments, it's, people are going to be hesitant to invest or dump their money into it. So yeah, so 2012, the price of the Bitcoin halving was $12.35. 150 days later, after the halving, was 127. In 2016, we were at 650 at the halving, and then we jumped up to 758 150 days later. In 2020, we were at 8,800, and then we jumped up to almost 11,000 150 days later. So again, usually there's a nice little run up before the halving. Halving happens, we take a leg down, maybe 2 legs down, and then we start to climb up towards hopefully new all-time highs. That's usually what happens. However, again, with the uncertainty and doubt, if the US or the other world leaders do not have some type of clear guidance for regulatory aspects of exchanges, cryptocurrencies, yada, 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 we may not realize the similar gains that we saw in the past. This is a different world than we were in 2012, in 2016, and especially in 2020 before the COVID pandemic. So, just be real, be logical, and just understand, take in the data, make your own assessment, but get your data from multiple sources. So we'll see how things go. I definitely doubt a $1 million Bitcoin is possible. But it would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice. All right, so let's see if we can think of a poll as we move on. All these articles are in the description if you want to check them out. Not all of them, but most of them. Moving on to the political aspect. And again, I'm just a guy on the internet. Don't let my words influence you. You're your own individual man, woman, them, they. Nothing but respect for each and every one of you and what you do. Crypto is entering editorial politics. That's bad for Bitcoin. And now I'm not going to pay for this full article, but for the first decade plus Bitcoin's experience, crypto managed to avoid becoming a political issue, with the figures of both parties warming up to what they believe could be the new American industry as important as the internet. So past, elections, Bitcoin wasn't on their radar. It wasn't important. But now they see how large the crypto industry is and how many people are involved. And so it's going to get used or talked about or mentioned. And depending on what they say or what they don't say, that could sway a lot of people's favor, right? I'm going to vote for this guy because they're for Bitcoin. I'm going to vote for this guy. I'm not going to vote for this guy because they dissed Tezos, or they dissed Solana, or they dissed Ethereum. So I don't think any of them are going to be talking about those various altcoins. We haven't seen that yet, but we did see Ron DeSantis get on a Twitter Spaces meeting and talk with Elon Musk and a number of other individuals. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his name. He was more pronounced. He actually asked Ron DeSantis the question, and I know him. I can't believe I'm blanking out. I'm so sorry, sir. You've been in the industry for a hot minute too. But anyways, they went on and obviously had some things to say. Of course, Elon Musk had to throw in the Doge there for a second. The gentleman asked what the Ron DeSantis thoughts were on Bitcoin, and right before Ron DeSantis started speaking, and Doge, which I thought was hilarious. Speaking of which, did Doge pump during that meeting a little bit, if anything? Let's go look real quick. I forgot. Let's see. The meeting was on what? Thursday? Yeah, I think it was on Thursday. Let's see here. Let's go back. I mean, nothing really substantial. But yeah, maybe it was down here at 0.06888 and jumped up to 0.0716. So we'll see. But yeah, this is going to be something that you're going to see your politicians speak on more and more, and that could sway your favor. But don't just look at the crypto aspect, look at the whole aspect. What did they do for your county, for your town, for your city, for your state, for your country? You know, what kind of changes are they going to make or try to make? Are they the type of person that you would want to represent the United States of America on a world stage? Think about those things in general. So, yeah. Anyways, this Florida governor portrayed his support of Bitcoin as a matter of civil liberties and attempts to restrict crypto by its opponents on the government outreach. You have every right to do Bitcoin, DeSantis says. The only reason these people in Washington don't like it is because they don't control it. And I agree with that. Most politicians or most leadership in a political regulator, whatever leadership role, don't like assets that they can't control. We also had Robert F. Kennedy, who heralded Bitcoin last week, and I believe was at Bitcoin Miami. So, you know, a lot of people were excited to see him, to hear his speech, and to get their stance on it. But Bitcoin represents a threat to them, talking about the establishment, Ron DeSantis. So Ron DeSantis is painting himself as a supporter of Bitcoin and us against them. And we already did that, and you know how that turned out. So it needs to be a unified effort from all leaders, and obviously not just the leaders, but the people in the country, to make sure that we hold our leaders accountable and be smart about how there's ways to deal with people, right? You don't just, like, for example, if I met you in person and you just come up at me and you start coming at me disrespectful, that's it. Shut down. That's it. You're not going to get the trust. You're not going to get the respect. The demeanor you're going to get is not something you're going to like. And if you ask me to do something, I'm going to be like, no. Or if I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do it with 110% because you came at me sideways. So there's a way to deal with people, and you got to learn how to deal with people in different ways, right? You got to have that, be able to get the temperature of the room and adjust accordingly. And some of these people in leadership roles seem to not know how to do that. And he also goes on to say they're trying to regulate it out of existence. And he did say in the state of Florida, passed a law in the state of Florida, kind of stopping CBDCs from being possible, right? If the United States did adopt a CBDC, you know, the ruling, I guess, or the law in Florida, I would like a legal representative or somebody in the legal system that's understanding of crypto to kind of explain that law in greater detail. If you're interested in coming on the show, please hit me up. You can hit me up on Twitter. You can also find me in various Discords like Red Panda Mining, Brandon Coin, Chump Change, Crypto Mikkel. It doesn't matter. There's ways to reach out to me. You can also contact us by going to the About section in the YouTube. Obviously, those emails are being filtered, so be smart about it. But I would like to have somebody kind of break down what that ruling or what that law is regarding CBDCs. But I don't see other states adopting it. So I don't know how that will work out. But we know that the United States needs to go digital as far as the financial system, not fiat, not, dollars and cents. We need to go digital. So, I mean, the stablecoins works just fine. How can we incorporate that into the United States economic situation? I don't know. I'm not an economist and I'm not a regulator. I'm not a political person. So that's that's out of my lane. But I'm just saying, as an individual, I'm not going to let anybody sway my opinion just because they're talking highly about a particular cryptocurrency. And we had Ted Cruz. Remember the guy that dipped out on the Texans during the freeze? And I know everybody wants to keep bringing up that story, but that was kind of a deep move, okay? Let's just be real. Anytime there's something related to Bitcoin, he wants to speak about it, tag about it, reach out about it, be positive about it, and whatever. So Bitcoin Pizza Day, which everybody, I hope you had a great Bitcoin Pizza Day on May 22nd. He obviously retweeted that out. So just be mindful. Look at the full picture. Don't get fooled. But this political deal in the U.S. could save Bitcoin and crypto. I have not read this. I have no idea what the heck they're talking about, but let's go look it up. So, politicians in the United States will likely strike a deal to raise government's $31.4 trillion debt ceiling. That's a lot of money. And that's a lot of money. $31.4 trillion in debt. is where the United States of America is at. Hello. Anyways, they're trying to raise it. Amid the debate, the price of Bitcoin is firm but lower, tracking below the psychological level of $30,000 as bulls recover after posting sharp losses mid this week. There are reports that there will be more discretionary spending on the military and veterans, the reduction of other sectors, and that's the thing that I'm talking about. Apparently, and again, the person providing this information is, like me, a person on the internet, but has communications with various people in those circles. Apparently, that was on the chopping block. That made the market go a little bit silly, and they were selling, or, obviously anything in the defense sector, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, all those were kind of taking a hit because they're going to cut defense spending. Let me get out of the stocks. Let me get out of these shares. Apparently, there's actually going to be an increase in defense spending, which, as a military country, we can't do right now. We can't cut defense spending, not with what's going on abroad. We need to improve our defense because, and it's basically who's got the fucking bigger stick. We all know this. And China right now is catching up. We cut defense spending, China's going to bypass us. Okay? So that's been worked out by handshake. Nothing official yet. Things could still change. But that was a big one. Moreover, there have unconfirmed reports that the Biden administration will not likely fund the Internal Revenue Service to boost collection as laid out earlier. Nice. Take that away. Whatever funding the IRS needed or wanted with the increase in the debt ceiling, screw it. Make them figure it out with what they got. Jerks. Anyways, instead the immediate focus will be to hire more auditors and target wealthy citizens. Perfect. Get more auditors, make sure their books are good, make sure the wealthy aren't getting away with crap. Because they could go move their assets to another country, or say they live in another country that is a tax haven, but they've been hanging out here, partying in Vegas, partying in Los Angeles, partying in New York City, spending their money all in the U.S., but no, they don't live here. Get the heck out of here. There are concerns that the Treasury Department and the United States government will default on its obligation as soon as the first half of June 2023. That's not going to happen. Not guaranteeing it, but it's not going to happen. I'm just saying. We've never done it. They could just keep increasing it. They've been increasing it. They will continue to increase it, but they do need to get that crap under control. Right? It's like your children, right? They keep destroying their rooms. Instead of cleaning as they go, they keep destroying their rooms. Like the U.S. is, as far as the debt ceiling, we keep doing it, and we don't better ourselves to avoid hitting the debt ceiling. We just keep doing it. So whatever. They're just going to keep raising it because they could just keep printing money, right? Who cares? Keep printing money. Keep devaluing our currency. But if this deal doesn't go through and we do default on the debt ceiling, that could be catastrophic not only for the economy, but obviously the crypto market. So long story short with this article, this is exactly why Bitcoin was created. It's stuff like this. The bank failures, the central, putting so much trust in decentralized government to do the right thing, to be able to support its country, to support its citizens, to support the people that got him into office, and how many times they failed, how many times they get away with it, how many times they've lost millions, if not trillions, but then don't get a jail sentence. But yet, if I steal $100 from a store, I go to jail, or at least a county jail. Maybe not the federal side, but still, the point being is, we're held to a higher standard than people with either money or political prowess. And this is why Bitcoin was created. So I don't think we're going to default. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. This is good, though. Crypto exchanges are flocking to Hong Kong, right? So it looks like China's pivoting their stance on crypto. Remember, there was a ban on crypto. I know they still have a ban on crypto mining because, the infrastructure and all that stuff can't handle the load and stuff. But it's pretty interesting. So Hong Kong's renewed embrace of crypto has ignited a wave of excitement among the exchanges, with several now vying vying to seize the potential opportunities presented by the city-state. There are a few companies that have shown interest in being part of the Hong Kong's dynamic market. Habu is one, just revealed its plans to launch a trading platform in Hong Kong on May 26. They're set to provide crypto trading services, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, to users in the near future. The firm's goal is to enter the market in a compliant and regulated way, which will help boost the development of Hong Kong's Web3 ecosystem. Swiss-registered Gate Group, the firm behind the exchange Gate.io, is also on board and has launched Gate.hk, a platform that opened its registration and is trading on May 23rd. With Habu and Gate.io, we got the Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission, or CFC, obviously providing licenses, or they're working with them to get the licenses. And the financial services provider Amber Group, hailing from Singapore, is also reportedly considering making a move to Hong Kong. So we lost Bittrex. Coinbase is considering moving, but nothing firm there, at least moving their operations outside the U.S., at least the headquarters and stuff like that. With the U.S. firm stance on crypto, Hong Kong's like, yo, we'll take you. The U.S. want to be dumb enough not to obviously embrace crypto. We'll embrace it. Come here, guys. Come on. We got you. But of course, China is a country that is heavily controlled or monitored as a communist party. But regardless of that, everything you do in China is graded, right? If you jaywalk, you get a grade. If you skip out on your bills, you get a grade. If you pay your bills, if you're a perfect citizen, if you go to work, if you work to 9 to 5, blah, 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 you get a higher grade. And then obviously there's this up and down ladder. So with these exchanges being in the Chinese market, you best believe things are going to get monitored and watched and maintained, and the Chinese government is going to have an eye on things. So now, KYC is important to you. Well, most of the exchanges are going to try to go over to the Asia Pacific region. So we'll see how that turns out. America is shooting itself in the foot because it's taking its hardline stance on crypto, and it's bad for us as far as the future of the economy and the future of the world. Because if China gets a good foothold, which they're on track to do, the changing of the world leaders will happen, and it won't be the United States anymore. Just like it went from France to British, and from British to us. And when I mean us, I'm talking about the USA, America. It's going to change again, and it's going to be China. So if you don't like that, then you need to be vocal with your local politicians, both locally and at the state level. But I think it's a positive news for the crypto market. I really do think China's embracing and opening the doors, and various exchanges that had to leave the United States because of whatever XYZ thing happened, SEC, CFTC, IRS, whatever it might be. This is a positive move for crypto as a whole. And that's what I really care about. Binance and the Gulf, I can't even say this, Innova, to launch crypto exchange in Thailand, Q4 2023. So it looks like Binance, a joint crypto venture of Binance and Gulf Energy Innovation Arm, Gulf Innova, have received digital asset operator licenses from Thailand's Ministry of Finance. The license enables the firm to operate a crypto exchange regulated by the country's SEC. Announcing the news on the 26th of May, Binance said Gulf Binance is set to launch a new digital asset exchange in Thailand in Q4 2023. The new crypto venture will combine Binance digital asset enterprise with Gulf's deep understanding of the Thai market. The companies have been closely working together for more than a year to explore the opportunity to launch a local digital asset exchange. So there you go. This is another positive. All right, Hong Kong opening its doors to crypto exchanges and trying to work with various entities is a positive. And Binance and Gulf Innova opening an exchange in Thailand is a positive. You're going to see more exchanges leave the U.S. and go to other countries until the U.S. takes a different stance. So even though it sucks to be the U.S. or to be a U.S. citizen, as we continue to lose various exchanges or access to said exchanges, because we all know how to get around that stupid notification that, you know, you're not in a supported country, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to, like, if you had thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of money, you wouldn't be able to manage, access, trade it because you're not in a supported country. So it would be nice to have more exchanges for us. Binance US is all right. Coinbase, you know, it's good. Doesn't have all the assets that I want? No, which is why you got DEXs. But either way, it's still positive. So crypto hater Peter Schiff to drop Bitcoin Ordinals NFT art collection. Actually, that's a good poll right there. Any questions, comments, concerns, please post it in the live chat. I will get to it. Bear with me, all my future viewers, as I try to interact with some of my live viewers. Let's see here. Are you... No. Let's see here. Do you have any ordies? That's what I want to know. Do you have any Bitcoin Ordinals? Yes or no? Or are you going to make one? Because I know Vosk has one. Nothing special. Going to get one and don't care. Most of us are probably going to hit don't care, but I'll just go ahead and post it anyways. There's a poll in the live chat. If you want to participate in the polls, come hang out with us live. But yeah, crypto hater Peter Schiff, which is a gold bug. He's not really a crypto hater. He might hate it publicly, but he knows he likes blockchain and crypto. Blockchain, the underlying technology of blockchain is where the money's at. That's the real value right there, because there's a lot of crap coins out there. But blockchain in itself is a really good value. And it's the future. Let's just be real. So what seems to be a parody but isn't, economist and gold proponent and vocal crypto skeptic Peter Schiff has unveiled a collaborative non-fungible token art collection on the Bitcoin network that is soon to go up for auction. The reaction by the crypto market has been mixed, with people generally baffled, amused, or welcoming, especially Ordinal's proponents, who with some keen to point out the apparent hypocrisy. As you can see here. He's a hack, right? Did it just teleport to a different timeline? I'm so confused. That's funny. Just give me 1 second. Oh. I need some allergy medicine. I didn't even get to mute the mic. My bad. My bad. So anyways, yeah. People trolling him. I don't care. Personally. Like, if I were to vote in the poll, I don't care. But the thing about the Ordinals is, from my understanding, and guys in the live chat, please help me out. Didn't the run to the Ordies or Ordinals kind of increase the Bitcoin transaction fees? Wasn't the gas to complete a Bitcoin transaction fee kind of like climbing up because of Ordies? Isn't that what happened? Let's go look at the transaction fee real quick. So last block 2 minutes ago. Not too bad. So yeah, if you're interested, go for it. But let me know your thoughts on Ordinals in the poll, as well as was it because of Ordinals that the Bitcoin transaction fees or gas had gone up? Crypto already available or visible everywhere on Formula events. We've seen FTX on Formula, like Mercedes. Mercedes team took it off after the FTX crash. Obviously, I put a bad taste in everybody's mouth, so they started reevaluating the assets or projects or companies that have branding on their cars. Some of them had to renegotiate. We still got Tezos. You got Bybit. We got, I think, BitGet might be on 1 or 2. So crypto is on the various wider Formula 1 stage. And honestly, they're thinking about doing, tickets, right? Tickets in NFT form. And that's not a bad idea, right? Because most of our tickets are digital, right? We keep them on our phone, and then when we go up to the register or whatever, we show them our phone, they scan the QR code, and that's it. So I do got to update the app. But, you could buy your tickets and do everything right here on the Formula 1 app. It could be very easy for them to implement, through your account, because you got to have an account to buy tickets, participate, stuff like that, to have like a wallet, a mobile wallet built in. And when you buy ticket, you went to, for example, I really would like to go to Formula One Miami. That's the only one that I could go to this once in a lifetime event. I've been hitting up crypto.com. I asked them about it. I would just love to go. That would be like, that's my bucket list, right? Formula One race. I want to go to Japan. I want to go drive down the Toge, even though they got all these speed bumps now to stop people from drifting. I want to go to Scuba, Twin. Like, there's so many things that I want to do on my bucket list that I won't get the chance unless I had a lot of money. And unfortunately, that's not happening anytime soon. But Formula One could set the stage, because remember, Alpine, which is one of the Alpine, one of the racers, or one of the Formula One teams, had an NFT, NFT drop, and they're on sale on BNB, or Binance Smart Chain. So very easily, we could see on the app, them adding a place to where if we go to like one of the races and we go to the tickets, so Canada, we could purchase tickets, right? There's our schedule. We could purchase tickets and then get like a special NFT for Canada 2023 or whatever. And so, not that it would be special or anything, but maybe it might. Formula One is one of the most prominent racing events out there. So if they could figure that out, that would be a huge win for the cryptocurrency community, I think. Even if you don't like NFTs, which I have a couple of NFTs, but nothing like, oh my God, you got, Bored Apes Yacht Club or anything. Like, I know that's a whole different world I have not been able to really fully explore. Binance and other crypto players, Shun, Multichain, as bridging rumors swirl. Didn't read this, don't know what it's about, but it looks like the crypto ecosystem is shoring up on their defenses amid growing concerns over the state of Multichain, a major venue of moving assets between different blockchains, Polygon to Ether, Ether to Optimism, Optimism to Polygon, whatever it might be. 4 days after apparent technical issues started throttling some users' ability to withdraw tokens for the protocol, wild rumors over multi-chain safety and the fate of the team are filling the void created by the platform's silence. A single tweet blaming some cross-chain breaks on Force Major has only added fuel to the widespread speculation that something's amiss. The light on facts landscape is pushing a growing number of entities to mitigate risk now regarding multi-chain true state. Their purposes are highlighting how crypto bridges create the potential for a world of hurt that goes well beyond the flashiness and a well-trodden risk to bridges getting hacked by North Korea, the Lazarus Group. The situation is compounded by multi-chain's prominence among bridges. It is its third largest bridging protocol by transfer volume and total value locked, according to the data from Missouri and DeFi Llama. Like most bridges, multi-chains uses a mint and lock mechanism to move assets between the 92 blockchains it interacts with. For example, if the holder of USDC stablecoin bridges the asset from Ethereum to Phantom via multi-chain, the token gets locked up in a smart contract on Ethereum and then issued anew on Phantom. In this case, it's a wrapped token called NEUSDC. Multi-chains, NEUSDC, and other wrapped, god dang, I can't keep saying this, tokens like it dominated 50% of Phantom stablecoin market, according to DeFi Llama. This is in spite of the USDC on Phantom being bridge asset instead of native that Circle issues directly into the chain. Thus, all the USDC tokens on Phantom are reliant on bridges to retain their value. That's a problem. This setup works as long as the bridge does. At the height of multi-chain's troubles this week, it didn't, and wrapped USDC tokens on Phantoms lost their dollar peg. Some arbitrage traders told CoinDesk they thought wrapped USDC tokens at 30% discount from the frantics over multi-chain. Oh, so a lot of people lost their heads because they're 30% down. So instead of being $1, 30%, say 70 cents, something like that, around there. Obviously, people were able to pick up 70-cent USDC tokens that obviously should be $1, and they probably could use that to their advantage and go to another chain and sell that same USDC for 30 cents per dollar. That's pretty good. Which is responsible for 80% of stablecoins on Phantom. Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, seemingly pointed to the risk of non-native assets Friday with a tweet imploring traders to remember to check your trust to the issuer behind stablecoins you hold. Interesting. And it's not Circle's problem or fault. It was the contract? No, it was Phantom. I mean, we've seen this time and time again, right? So a new coin comes out. It's only tradable on DEXs, Uniswap, SushiSwap, whatever. It's pennies, it's fractions of a penny. You're like, hey, I could get 5 billion of this or 6 trillion of that. And you're like, let me buy. And you do get it at that time. But then you're like, you know what? It didn't really do anything, but I am up 50%. Let me go ahead and sell it. And you go to sell it and there's no liquidity. There's nothing for you to sell. And I mean, you have the asset to sell, but there's no orders. There's no liquidity to fulfill that order. So you now have an asset stuck in your wallet you can't do anything with. And cryptocurrencies losing their pegs on bridges obviously needs a more familiar expert to speak on, but this doesn't seem very good. So it looks like Phantom's ecosystem's high reliance on multi-chain hasn't spooked market participants into mass exodus quite yet. Overall numbers like total value locked remain rather steady despite some outflows to other chains, according to data from terminal builder Parsec. The multi-chain bridge is fully operational and safe with Phantom. Whatever is happening internally with multi-chain has no impact on the bridge assets on Phantom, Michael Kong, CEO of Phantom Foundation, told CoinDesk. Now, it looks like this chart here, we can see how much of Ethereum, and Ethereum is the largest market out there. Binance Smart Chain number 2. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's ARB. Okay. I was about to say, what are we looking at here? This chart, the blue is Phantom. Binance Smart Chain's orange, Ethereum's green, but this is obviously a different metric. So this chart shows USDC or any USDC transfers from Phantom Blue and other chains into Arbitrum over the last 10 days. Okay, it's Arbitrum. That's what I thought. And Arbitrum doesn't have as much liquidity as Ethereum does. It doesn't have as many different venues, I guess you could say, as Ethereum does. The gas fees suck, but if you want your project to succeed, I can understand why you would want to go to Ethereum rather than some of the other chains. We'll see. Stablecoins are the glue between the real economy and blockchain, Binance Japan general manager says. I guess that's an opinion piece. The rest of this is an opinion piece. But that's... I'm not going to... If you guys want to read this, you guys can go ahead. I'm not going to. AI-focused cryptos rise on Nvidia demand, and Shaq is served with an FTX lawsuit. We saw this coming. I don't know how long this is, but we might play this towards the end of the to end the stream, because I'm pretty much done with the stream, but I'm just going to hang out until Red Pen Money goes live. Sam Altman's project WorldCoin raises $115 million, led by blockchain company. Looks like this particular WorldCoin, you get an ID, digital ID that proves you're a real and unique person while fully protecting your privacy. WorldCoin, the first coin to be globally and freely distributed to people for both utility and future governance, just for people with unique individual. World app enables payment, purchases, and transfers globally using the WorldCoin token, digital assets, and traditional currencies. So they're basically looking more and more like a digital passport is what WorldCoin is looking like, right? You have access to your funds, you have access to your identity if you need to prove it, but you still obviously want to protect your privacy. I haven't done a deep dive into this token, but not everybody, quite a few people are talking about it. However, there is an announcement that a black market for WorldCoin credentials emerges in China. So, with everything, every door there's a key. For every lock, there's a pick. So, but a little bit of interesting something to read there. Nigeria crypto company suspends withdrawals after BTC and Naira compromise. So obviously people are still getting wrecked, whether it's through hacks or human error or whatever it might be. So whatever country you're in, I hope and wish you nothing but the best. To my Nigerian family in the crypto space, be careful. And then 6 profitable ways to make money with NFTs for beginners in 2023. I did not put this in the description. I don't try to put this kind of crap in the description, but it's out there. Just be careful. Don't get wrecked. And yeah. So NFT Pro X. I can't even scroll down this website. It's so broken. Yeah. You gotta be careful with stuff like this. Flip NFTs, create your own NFTs, invest in NFT funds, participate in NFT auctions. So let's end the poll real quick and just hang out. I'm going to ask any questions, respond to your answers, or respond to you. But the poll says, do you have any Bitcoin ordinals? 64% said no, 25% says I don't care, 5% says yes, and 5% says going to get one. And that's only 20 votes. I don't have a large sample size, but thank you anyways for voting. Appreciate you guys. And let me ask you something real quick. To all my live viewers and future viewers, do you want me to keep doing Caffeine Crypto? Because if it's not anything you guys really care about, then what's the point of me doing it? I'd rather spend the time trying to work on creating other content, right? Because I keep putting out videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to the channel. Not the most relevant, trendy topic, but I try. And sometimes it's going to be about just tech, and sometimes it's going to be about crypto, and then sometimes it's going to be just about crypto mining. That's the range that I stay in. I'm a tech guy that loves crypto. So if you guys don't want Caffeine and Crypto or don't care for it anymore, please let me know, because I don't want to waste my time. I'm putting a lot of effort into this channel and not really getting anywhere, unfortunately. So let me know your thoughts, whether in the live chat or later on. Let's go do some chain analysis real quick while I'm chilling here. If you have any questions now, please send it to me or send me a super chat. I'm going to try to scroll through and try to see what's going on. What do we got here? What's up, Crypto Craig? Saddy sometimes. Was there a question? I thought I saw a question. Dan Sand, Serpent, and anyone. Which other crypto is not controlled by people other than BTC? I guess Ethereum is kind of like that. So, which other crypto is not controlled by people other than BTC? Yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, but Ethereum, even though it's not controlled by anybody, it's very centralized, and the government can easily go up to Amazon AWS and be like, hey, omit Saddy sometimes, omit Dan Sand, don't let that transaction go through, block them, blacklist their address. And so while it's not controlled, it is very centralized. And centralized and controlled can be like one and the same thing, but it's not in this case. So Ethereum is not controlled by one individual. Obviously, there's some whales, but it's very centralized as far as the network goes. And other than that, really nothing. Maybe Cardano? Maybe. But there could be a case for the opposite. So really, Bitcoin's the only one, which is why Bitcoin is still king. In my opinion. Again, my opinion. Let's see here. How's Pepe doing? Pepe had a nice little run up this morning. Let's look at the 7 days. Obviously down from its all-time high on May 5th, where 1.8 billion was spent on this damn meme coin. For the people who got in before it started showing a lot of data, you can see it's quite a bit. So now it's down to about 130 mil. It's up 538% on the month. But on the 7 day, it's down 5.76%. It's making a leg up right now. And of course, those gas fees suck, man. But if you wanted to, you could trade it on Uniswap. You go to markets. Come down here. There's Uniswap. Click that. You go to trade on Uniswap. There it is. And if, say, for example, you have some Ethereum, you put that in there and you can play around with it. Let's say we want to put $100 in there. That will buy you about 66 million Pepe. You're going to pay $5.89, basically $6 in gas. That's 66 million. Now, let's say Pepe rebounds, right? Like a Shiba Inu, like a Doge. Let's just assume, speculate. Not actual, just speculate, right? Let's say it blows up. Where's the actual number right now? So that's 501484. Let's say it gets up to 4 zeros and a 1. 4 zeros and a 1. So times, that's 660 bucks. So your $100 turned into 600 bucks. Not bad, but not life-changing. And that's what everybody's chasing. And that's the problem with the situation we're in. We're in a bear market. People don't have a lot of money, but they're willing to sacrifice a lot of their money or their wealth for that moonshot. And then they get wrecked, and then they get depressed, and then they start doing stupid stuff because they don't have any money. So, CEO, when did this come out? $5 says not too long ago. Maybe I could be wrong. Nope. It came out in February. I heard about it before. Hit a low of 1 cent. Hit a high of 14 cent, 15 cent. But this is the trend, guys. Meme coins, meme coins, meme coins, meme coins, meme coins, meme coins, meme coins. That's all everybody wants to do. Like, give me something useful, some tangibles. Like, this coin just came out. And you know what's funny about this? This coin comes out. A new coin comes out. And it gets pumped by a whale. Or a couple whales. Or a number of whales. Then the regular people see it. They go flooding in. The whales sell. Then the people are like, all right, let me get my assets out. Then there's no liquidity. So you can't even get your assets out. It is the trend. It is very hard to keep up. And the people, the whales that do it, have MEV bots. I would love an MEV bot, but I don't have the funds, or I'm not willing to risk the funds, because we're talking people 5 ETH a transaction, 2 ETH a transaction, 10 ETH a transaction, 20 ETH a transaction. Like, they just got bankroll money and they're just dumping it. There's like pump, pump, pump. People flood in, chasing the money, dump, do cross chain, because, you know, this asset's value so much more on Polygon or Arbitrum or Optimism, so I'll just take the money from this, flip it to this, get it this, and that stuff is done automatically, dude. If you watch that sucker on Etherscan doing some chain analysis, it's amazing how they do it. But it's just people that know how to sandwich trade and using MEV bots, and it's not complicated. I just don't know how to do it. I'm sure somebody knows how to do it. There's people offering Fiverr jobs on how to do it. I wouldn't trust those people. I would rather trust somebody I know. Now, the bad thing about MEV trading and sandwich trading is there could be poison pills, and then you get wrecked. So you got to be careful. And there's even some cryptocurrencies now that have anti-whale measures. And sometimes the bot obviously doesn't do its research before it initiates the trades, can cause the trade to execute, and then the person funding that bot gets wrecked. So it's a very interesting game we're in. And how would you even regulate that? how would you even say, oh, you're using an MEV bot, you know, blah 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 blah. You mean blah 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 blah. Like, how do you stop that? You blacklist their address? Okay, well, what authority do you have? Like, it would have to be the government telling, again, Amazon to do whatever. I don't know. It's very crazy. But I would be interested in having an MEV bot. I have an auto trader bot which trades cryptocurrencies algorithmically, but an MEV bot is completely different. So a trading bot on centralized exchanges like Binance, US, Coinbase, BitGet, Bybit, whatever, is completely different from a MEV bot or flash bots or a bot that can be used on DEXs. I want a bot, personally, I want a bot that can be used on DEXs. I'm just going to be real with you. Why? Because I want an opportunity to freaking climb out of this damn hole. So I, too, am willing to risk a percentage for a chance at doubling profit or tripling profit, 4 times profit or 5 times profit. And I'll pay my dues. I don't care about that. I'll pay my taxes. I just need a chance. That's all I want. Chance. Whether it's luckily hitting a Bitcoin block or maybe executing a trade automatically while I was asleep that, you know, nets a 5x, 4x, 3x. That would just be a huge blessing. But that's for everybody. Like, you guys are in the same boat. Like, we could all use a damn break, man. We could. So I'm preaching to the choir, because you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I think Casper could easily break the 4-cent high. I think that's possible. You can see, look at this trend. So it looks like the bottom for Casper, or at least the recent bottom, was about 1.2 cents. I mean, nothing compared to last year, right? Because again, I was mining Casper, and Son of a Tech broke the news on Casper, and I followed up with the dual mining aspect and how profitable Casper was mining on. Everybody shat on us, dissed Casper, and then Casper started doing good. Then everybody and their mom started talking about it. But that's just how it goes, right? New technology is always crapped on until it blows up, and then people are like, "Oh, it's the greatest thing ever! Oh my god! Oh my god!" Shut. Anyways, Red Panda, I hope you're live. Nobody's saying anything to me. I hope you're live. You guys got to put my full name if you want to tag me. All right. So what is a MAD bot? No, MEV bot. Maximal extracted value bot. Serpent, do you have a life when you're playing with the bots? Yeah, I need bots because I don't have a life. I guess I do have a life. I'm just super busy all the time. So anyways, let's go ahead over to Red Panda Mining, guys. Go show them some love. Thank you so much for stopping by. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. Don't forget today's live stream was brought to you by Jingle Mining. And tweet at me. I know a few of you said, hey, I want you to keep doing Caffeine and Crypto, but let me know. I can tell where you can try to get billed that. See Chat GPT. You can try to write the script right now on stream. I seen that. I know some people that did that through Chat GPT. But just like I would like to learn about pool building, I would like somebody to, get on a Discord call, whatever, and work with me and guide, because I'm always eager to learn. So some type of learning. I can self-teach, and I have been self-taught most of my damn life, but that I don't want to mess up, especially when we're starting to trade 1 ETH is like the budget. That's, that's a pretty big hit. No, not Chat GPT. Okay. I'm going to go do some research. You just gave me a nugget. Thank you. Chain GPT. Ooh. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. This channel is a church for crypto miners. Well, thank you for coming to the proceedings this wonderful morning. I hope you have a blessed day. Sorry, I don't know why I got all like Southern country on you. But anyways, thank you. Coin symbol is CGPT. Is it Chain GPT? Yeah, that's Chain GPT. Okay. I'm going to look into it. I appreciate the insight. Go head over to Red Panda Mining, guys. Go have yourself a wonderful day. This live stream is brought to you by jinglemining.com. Check them out for all your various jazz miners and various equipment and support that you might need. If you want some, merch, we do have a couple links down below for the Serpent X Tech merch and other content creators. And remember, any links that are down there are affiliate links to help out with the channel. And I really couldn't thank you enough for all your support. So anyways, go have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you next one.